Okay, my first game for my 2012 NFL Predictions Week 1 segment, New England over Tennessee. I don't want to sound too derogatory towards Titans fans, but I don't think they have a chance in this one. The Patriots have dominated the series since 2003, going 4-0 over the Titans in that span and outscoring them 154-67 in that period. The Titans made improvements in the offseason and could be a playoff team this season. I just don't see them getting a win in this one. Pats have too many weapons. New York Giants over Dallas. The G-men suffered multiple losses in the offseason, including losing wide receiver Mario Manningham. The Cowboys got swept by the Giants last season and have vengeance on their minds. However, this game is on national TV and it will be played at New Jersey. The Giants still have quarterback Eli Manning, and the receivers have looked impressive this preseason. I'll take the Giants at home. New York Jets over Buffalo. Many websites and analysts have the Bills ahead of the Jets in their power rankings this season. The Bills have the proponents to be a good team this season. Getting linebacker Mario Williams and a healthy Ryan Fitzpatrick can go a long way. However, the Jets have dominated this series in recent memory. Jets are 5-1 against them in their last 6 meetings. I expect the Mark Sanchez, Tim Tebow era to get off with a bang. Jets get the victory at home. Chicago over Indianapolis. Colts quarterback Andrew Luck makes his debut against the Bears on September 9th. Will the Colts be lucky or providential against Chicago? Probably not. For the Bears this season, it is about redemption. Linebacker Brian Urlacher and company wanted to show the NFL world their defense was better than what it demonstrated last season. Bears win this one at home. Philadelphia over Cleveland. The Browns have one thing going for them in this game. They are at home. The Eagles are on a mission this season. They have swagger and feel they could win the NFC East at the very least. The Browns, well, there is simply not enough firepower to counter the Eagles' attack. Look for quarterback Michael Vick and company to win, possibly big in this one. New Orleans over Washington. Look for the Big Easy to win easily. The Saints may be somewhat dismantled due to the bounty scandal, but they still have enough firepower to beat Washington. Plus, they don't like to lose at home. They were 8-0 at home last season and 19-5 at home over the last 3 seasons. Don't expect R.J. Griffith III to outdo Drew Brees on this day. Detroit over St. Louis. The Lions are going for a division title this season. The Rams are, well, they're going for respectability. Look for the Lions' ferocious pass defense to make mincemeat out of the Rams' deplorable offensive line, which did little in the offseason to improve. Detroit's receivers should have a field day against the Rams' secondary. The Lions should score at least 30 in this one. Detroit should win big. Houston over Miami. Miami is off to a new era with new starting quarterback Ryan Tannehill. They made improvements in the offseason and could be competitive this season. Texans should have their big 3 healthy in this game, aka quarterback David Carr, running back Arian Foster, and wide receiver Andre Johnson. However, they are a Super Bowl contender and they are at home on opening day. The Texans should win this game. Minnesota over Jacksonville. It is no revelation or epiphany that the Jaguars definitely have a lot of problems. Also, it is imperative that the Jaguars have running back Maurice Jones-Drew on the roster for this game. The Jaguars were 32nd in total offense and last in passing offense a season ago. The Vikings have some things going for them. Assuming he plays, look for Vikings at running back Adrian Peterson to run rampant against the Jags defense. I expect Minnesota to win at home. Pittsburgh over Denver. I'm going to pick the Steelers in a slight road upset. Denver quarterback Peyton Manning has not looked as sharp in the preseason as he has in seasons past. Are his skills deteriorating? I look for Pittsburgh's defense to contain Manning and company in a hard-fought road win. The Steelers also want to avoid back-to-back opening day losses. I'm sure they haven't forgotten the opening day debacle at the hands of the Ravens last season. Baltimore over Cincinnati. Baltimore is going for a Super Bowl this season. The Bengals have aspirations for a division title. The Ravens' defense, despite losing Terrell Suggs for at least the majority of the season, defense is not impregnable, but it's still very solid. The Ravens also are 21-3 in the last 3 regular seasons at home. The Ravens had defeated the Bengals 3 of the last 4 meetings, including a sweep last season. Ravens are the pick. Atlanta over Kansas City. This is one of those games that can go either way. The Falcons are establishing themselves as a perennial playoff Super Bowl contender, while the Chiefs, a team that can finish anywhere between 6-10 and 10-6 this season, are simply trying to establish themselves. I'm dubious as to whether a slightly improved Chiefs run defense can contain Michael Turner. Falcons with the road win. Green Bay over San Francisco. The 49ers are arguably the best team on paper this season. They are inundated with talent, including special teams. They also addressed their wide receiver issue by acquiring Mario Manningham and Randy Moss in the offseason. However, the game is at Green Bay. The Packers are a football anomaly. They have the uncanny ability to win games despite playing virtually no defense. The Packers are 21-3 at home in the last 3 regular seasons. They'll be 22-3 at home in their last 25 after this one. Oakland over San Diego. Here is a battle of 2 mediocre teams notorious for not playing to their potential. Both of these teams, on paper, could make a case of winning the AFC West this season, but neither probably will. This is supposed to be a year of redemption for Chargers quarterback Philip Rivers and company. Assuming Raiders quarterback Carson Palmer and running back Darren McFadden stay injury-free this game, I'll give the nod to the home team. Carolina over Tampa Bay. The Panthers are trying to establish credibility, while the Bucs' main goal is to avoid futility. The Bucs lost their last 10 games last season by an average of about 19 points per game, including to Carolina twice by a combined 86-35 margin. The Bucs drafted running back Doug Martin 31st overall to help improve an abhorrent running game which ranked 30th last season. I still believe Carolina wins this one. Seattle over Arizona. It may just be preseason, but the Seahawks have looked impressive. They're 3-0. One of their wins was a 44-14 obliteration of Kansas City, and their quarterback has looked pretty good. The Cardinals have a weak offensive line. The Seahawks were in the top 10 in total defense last season and threatened to be even better. The Larry Fitzgerald-Michael Floyd receiver combo can be lethal. However, I don't think it will prevent the Seahawks from winning this one.